Well, it was a hot and muggy weekend here in San Diego. Were you blasting your air conditioning, or were you wishing you could, but you were trying to save money on your electric bill? Have you thought about solar? Let's get straight to the pros from the Home Pro Show. The host of the show, Clint August, is here. Hi, Clint.
Hey, Heather. Happy Monday to you. How are you?
Doing fine, but still trying to recover from that really hot and muggy weekend.
Oh, I felt like I was in Florida. But, you know, have you noticed over the last 9 months there's been 2 separate rate increases for 15% apiece from the power company? For a total of 30%, even on the lower tiers, tier 1 and 2, when you are trying to save energy?
You know, not only have I noticed, but it literally makes us sit in the house, open all the windows, turn the fans on, and forget about the air conditioning because we just don't want to pay for it anymore.
Yeah, neither do we, but my in-laws are in town this weekend, so now we have to put on the AC. But we'll get back to that on tomorrow when they're out of town. But we have Brian from Milholland Solar and Electric in studio with us this morning. Also, Greg Cantor, my co-host with Murray Lampert Design, Build, Remodel. 30 years of experience in the business. Greg, these rates, you know, they're killing us.
We're talking about taking control of our energy costs, and everyone's heard of LG Electronics. Now LG has stepped it up and kind of looks like it's going to change the landscape of your installations. Brian, tell us about this new technology that LG has.
Well, the microinverter technology is not new, but what is new is that LG now is pairing a 300 watt panel that's 20% efficient with a 300 watt microinverter to help power up roofs in San Diego, even for those low tiers. As you know, the roofs in San Diego are small and cut up, they're tiled, we're all trying to save space. So putting the traditional big strings of panels is hard on some roofs, but we can put the smaller, the larger yield panels with the microinverters into those very tight places and maybe have a couple panels per roof segment and get 20 panels on a roof that way.
So you can break these up all over and find real estate, valuable real estate to put these instead of putting in a big formation of panels where you need a lot more square footage of area, right?
Right, and that goes to Clint's point of being able to help out people with the lower tiers, because you might have a smaller home, smaller electric bill, means you have smaller roof space. So by using the 300 watt panel with this microinverter, we can place them all over the different roof spaces, the small space.
So break it down a little further about the tiers, and then maybe tell us a little bit about the cost per kilowatt for the different type of purchases versus lease.
Right, so the utility rates, the low end were 13 cents. They just went up another 15%. To cash purchase a solar system, you're looking at about 9 cents per kilowatt. At least goes up to about 15 or 16 cents per kilowatt, and PPAs go up above there. So you can see that if you can cash purchase a solar system, you're going to save money immediately, even off of tier 1 and tier 2 rates.
So you're going to get the best rate of return by purchase versus lease, but there's some really good lease options too.
Right.
And you have a special going on right now, right? $500.
Right. So we pairing with the Home Pros, we have if people call up Milholland Solar and mention the word energy, we have a $500 rebate off the price of the solar system.
And someone calls you, and then you come out and do a whole survey of their home and give pricing.
Right, so our the Milholland Solar consultants come out to the home, and we look how people are using their energy, and we make recommendations to save energy first by replacing pool pumps, by insulating, by changing old appliances to new Energy Star appliances. LED lighting. And then we calculate what their energy use is going to be after those energy saving measures, and then we size the solar system based on that.
All right, now we do have a question. You can go to #HomeProHelp and ask us questions for any of our pros. This one is: the new rate increases from the power company are making me mad. We save energy and keep in the lower 2 tiers most of the time. For someone not normally into the higher tiers all the time, does solar still make sense? And they note here that they plan to stay in their home for the foreseeable future.
So when we've been looking at lowering people's energy bills in the past, people have just been concerned with tiers 3 and 4 because those are the high rate tiers. Those are the tiers that generally the rate increases affect the most. But now people are starting to see the lower tiers being affected. So we've always had the philosophy that if we could zero out your bill, that's what we try to do, because over time, even just leaving kilowatt purchases in the lower tiers, those prices are going to increase. And in 10, 12 years, at a modest 6% increase, you're really going to see a price increase, and that bill will still creep up. So even in Tier 1 and Tier 2, a cash solar purchase, if you can use the tax credit, will significantly reduce your electric bill.
All right, Brian from Milholland Solar and Electric in studio today, along with Greg Cantor from the Home Pro Show every Saturday morning on News Radio 600 Kogo. Heather, I'm going to stop sweating. I don't know about you, especially with that $500 gift certificate towards going solar with Milholland.
I know it's time that we start asking more questions, and then eventually a lot of us are going to go in that direction because it's just unaffordable to keep paying the utility company.
Oh yeah, but you got to be comfortable.
Right. All right. Thanks so much, Clint. ApprovedHomePros.com is the website where you can find the folks from Milholland Solar and Electric, and as well as a whole bunch of other pros right here in San Diego County. Up next, when the sun is shining, you might not be dressed for the rain. We're showing you how to do some of the hottest trends for summer, and they can transition perfectly for the cooler weather. Straight from the farm and the bay, a food event that supports our precious resources here in San Diego, raising money for the Living Coast Discovery Center.